Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to come and talk about the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So listen, I'm not gonna go in any specific order. We're just gonna talk about the episode. All right. Um, I'll start off with this though. The episode started off where it left off. Martel. Sheree calls Martel over to the group. To her, Manetta, and Kenya were having a discussion. They were letting Sheree know that basically Martel was supposedly in these streets dating other people. And like to me, the grown up response would have been, yes, I have been dating other people. However, because Sheree and I are now exclusive, I cut those people off. Like that's the grown up thing to say. That could be an honest, truthful answer. Yes, I was dating other people. However, once me and Sheree decided that we were going to be exclusive, I told those other people that I could no longer deal with them because I was exclusively seeing someone, right? But that's not what Martel did, and that's not what Martel said. This is what Martel said. His exact words were, "Every time I come to Atlanta, I'm always with you." So the other got the short end of the stick. So yes, you were talking to other people. But instead of just saying what I just said, he lies and said that it's not true. But then you also do a 180 and you say, every time I come to Atlanta, I'm always with you. So the other got the short end of the stick. Who is the other? The other person who they heard that you was out here in the streets with? This is what I think. I think that Martel is in for the ride of his life. I think that Martel has come over here to Atlanta and these women don't mind tongue tussling with the man, especially if the man, disrespects them first or says something to them. This is not Love and Marriage Huntsville. For the most part, those women over there really don't say anything to the men. I think the only person that really, really challenged Martel was Destiny, right? I think she was about the only one. Other than that, I don't really think, I can't remember a lot of the women on that show really like going toe to toe with Martel. I don't remember. I don't remember. When Marlo said Marlo said in her confessional about Candy and Courtney, these HOs out here feuding like J Lo and Mariah. I don't know her. Who is she? Okay, so Kenya, it was not 6 months ago. It was 2020. That's when Martel sent the text message. This is how I look at it. I believe that Martel, once he heard that Kenya Moore had said something nice about him, I don't know, she said something nice about Martel, I guess, in 2020. I guess that's when, I'm assuming it happened in 2020. That's when he sent the message. I think that was his way of trying to see if Kenya was going to take the bait. I think that was his way to see if, let me just go ahead and say thank you for being nice, blah blah blah. I'm just gonna say he said thank you for being nice. I think that if Kenya would have responded to the message, that would have opened up the door, like Kenya also said, for conversation. This is what Martel said. I don't know if y'all be watching the same show. Do we be watching the same show? Because sometimes I feel like we don't be watching the same show. Because there's too many of y'all out there defending Martel. This is what Martel said. I don't care if I was trying to F you 2 years ago. Why are you talking about it? That's what Martel said. Martel said, I don't care if I was trying to F you 2 years ago. Why are you talking about it? So you were trying to talk to Kenya. So now it definitely makes sense why Kenya told Sheree, right? Now, is it a legitimate question on why Kenya waited until now to tell Sheree that Martel tried to talk to her. Why did she tell her last year? Yeah, I could see why people would say that. I'm not gonna sit here and lie, right? Can you also ask? I don't know if they knew for a fact that Sheree was bringing Martel to the party, but once they walk, I think once they realized, oh, Sheree is really bringing this Negro around to film with us. Oh, so y'all really dating in real life? Oh, okay. I think that's why Kenya kind of giggled. Remember when Sheree said you already trying to start stuff? Because I think in Kenya's head, like, oh, this fool tried to talk to me just, in Kenya about 6 months ago. This fool tried to talk to me, in 2020. And the truth of the matter is he was. Sheree took the bait. Kenya didn't. He literally said again, I don't care if I was trying to up you 2 years ago. Why are you talking about it? Was he trying to say, even if that was the case, why are you talking about it? No, it's not even if that was the case, y'all. It was the case. You were trying to slide in Kenya's DMs. Period. Ralph and Drew. Girl, I really don't. I watched the first time, and then the second time when Ralph and Drew kind of popped up on my screen, I kind of fast forward because I really don't. I'm really not. Like I don't think there's anything there. The only thing that I'm interested in is seeing how they operate, knowing that they filed for divorce like a few months ago. So this is what not Sonya, this is what Drew said. Now I know the confessionals are filmed after the season wraps. Um, but this is what she said. Basically, they were in a good place, and this is the best place that we've been in. So when you shot this scene, which was what? I'll say 8 months ago when you shot this scene, you were in the best place you've ever been in. I mean, I guess a lot can change within a year, if it's been a year. So that's the really thing I'm only interested in seeing is like how, if I could see like, girl, but Drew been putting on the show since she first got on it. Y'all remember Drew said that she pretty much be acting? Y'all remember she said that? I'm an actress. Okay, girl. Sonya and Candy. Girl, every time I see Candy, she got on Gucci. I said, well, girl, what Nene said, they make it when you got the coin. Shout out to Candy and Gucci. I said, is it a partnership? Girl. Candy be Gucci head to toe. She was wearing Gucci a few times on the SWV and Escape show, remember? Anyways, this is what it sounds like to me. We're going to go ahead and get Sonya out the way. Sonya, you did not take up for Candy. You sat there and you giggled and you laughed. Yes, you did. Sonya, you be on the wrong side, girl. Girl, girl, Sonya, oh, girl, Sonya. Okay. It sounds like Sonya's family is ready to move out of that house. She says her mother is ready to move to Florida. Her sister is over it. Ross really is over them being there. So it sounds like they're all on one page. But Sonya doesn't want them to leave. Now, Sonya could just be very family oriented. I get it. But a part of me does believe, I mean, girl, it's a show. I'm not mad at nobody trying to get their coin. You ain't hurt nobody in the process. I do believe Sonya probably wanted them to move in for the show. Like, oh, let's, like this big family unit, blah, blah, blah. And now I think they're kind of like over it. Like, okay, girl, look, we done got in here. Girl, you got your you got your peach the second year in a row. Girl, it's time for us to go. That house is not that big, y'all. Not for all those people. You know what's not that big when Sonya already told us they have to sneak and have sex in the closet or the car or something like that. So you know the house is not that big. Not if you sneaking to have sex in the closet with your husband. Girl, wherever she said it was. The bathroom, the tub, I don't know, girl, the shower, I don't know, chat. Courtney says that Candy basically brought the ghetto people out. I guess it's someplace for the Black excellence. Let me shut up. I was about to go to a whole rant. It's someplace, I guess, for people of a certain status. And I guess when Candy posted this place the next week, she said all the hood babies came out. She said all the girls. She said all the girls who listen to Nuck If You Buck. Hey! She said all the girls who listen to Nuck If You Buck, all the boys who sag, all the girls who, still wear lace fronts and baby hairs. She said that came out. She said, I know some of y'all just said, hold up, baby. I know some of y'all just said, baby, I know you ain't throwing no bullets at me. No, but girl, she basically said that Candy posted someplace that I guess is for the, the who's who of Atlanta. And once she posted the place the next week, all the ghetto people was out. Candy took it as though she was calling her ghetto. I didn't take it that way, that she was calling Candy ghetto. I did take it as though she was calling Candy supporters ghetto, though. Now, that would have rubbed me the wrong way. Because, girl, let me say something, girl. You can say what you want to say about me. And, yeah, girl. But, and we always say ghetto. And, it was ghetto, girl. But, girl, all I'm going to say is this. Ain't nobody who I don't like, that I don't fool with, gonna try and use something against the people that support me. And that's just what it is. I don't care if we sit over here and say stuff is ghetto. Oh, girl, she's so ghetto. Right? But, girl, I don't even like you, girl. So if you calling my supporters ghetto, you calling me ghetto too. That's how probably Candy was looking at it. But girl, they are some fake classy people. You remember when Marlo tried to have that etiquette class? I said, not somebody who's walking around talking about Valentine's. Girl, go try to teach me a fuck thing about etiquette, okay? Anyways, Sonya, can I say something about Sonya and Ross? Look, if Sonya want to have 55,000 babies, I don't care, because I don't help Sonya raise her kids. So at the end of the day, what I say ain't don't mean nothing. But Sonya, why are you on the phone with Ross talking about making time to make a baby when I could have sworn last year one of your complaints was that when you had your son, Ross was not there for you. I think she said he was not emotionally supportive. He just wasn't supportive in the way that you needed him to be. He didn't show up the way that he needed to show up. So I'm having a hard time understanding if you're saying that Ross is always in Austin, then why are you turning around and still saying that, oh, we need to work on a baby? Ross clearly ain't changed. So how is he going to be there for you if he's still in Austin? So what if you got pregnant next week or next month? Like, all I'm saying is, like, to me, what they say the best apology is change behavior. So if you want to show me that you really have changed, you really have to change. And it don't sound like Ross is going to be able to be this supportive person that you need. That quiet as this kept girl. That's probably why she want her family in that house. You know, me and my biological sister had a conversation last year. And my sister said that she felt as though that's part of the reason that I don't want to lie on my sister. But I remember her saying something along the lines of that's part of the reason why Sonya probably wants the family in the house, because Sonya probably didn't want no kids in the first place. And she's overwhelmed with her son. So, they say it takes a village. So when you got the mama, the daddy, the sister, your brother-in-law, and then 2 play cousins, some of the stress it should kind of leave you. But girl, you really still shouldn't be stressed. I do agree with this. Girl, Sonya shouldn't be that stressed out. Because the way Sonya used to act with Ducey, like Sonya will give me like she just stressed out. Girl, you got about 10 people living in that house. Girl, I wish I would be stressed out over one child. Girl, if you don't take your ass out to your grandmama or to your granddaddy or to your uncle, to your aunt, or to your cousin, girl, somebody come get this baby. Let me shut up, child. Some people have, believe it or not, a lot of y'all do have kids for a man. That's no tea, no shade. Well, my man, my husband wants some more kids. So it ain't even necessarily got to do with you wanting kids. You're having the child because your husband or boyfriend wants the son. So what I'm saying ain't too far-fetched. So you ain't got to get in the comment section talking about, oh my God, so-and-so, so-and-so. Baby, people have kids all the time. And they don't necessarily want the kids. I feel like that's what Sonya did. And I feel like that's what Sonya about to do again. Even though she's also saying on the phone that I keep saying Ralph, that Rossi is not there. So why are you turning around and having a kid? Babe, when Sheree said you don't know if you're gonna get biscuits or bullets. Girl, when she said you don't know if you're gonna get biscuits or bullets when you go to OLG, when I tell you I hollered. All right. Listen, some of y'all about to get mad at what I'm about to say. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I want to give a shout out to girl Team Todd Burris. Girl, when I tell you Todd got the game on locked, I be scared to come down here and say stuff because I be thinking y'all gonna get mad at me. I be thinking, girl, I'm gonna say something about Todd, and girl, the girls is gonna unsub, and girl, y'all be in y'all feelings about Todd, honey. Girl, y'all be so when I say something about Todd Burris, honey, baby, the way y'all be, God, I be like, girl, calm down. But no, for real. Can Candy be? Because I read y'all comments under the last video, Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I thought about it. And some of you are right. Candy can come across as a tad bit selfish, right? But I also want to say that I absolutely said that Candy might need to pull back. It's something that is not new to our ears. We've heard Riley say that Candy shouldn't have any more kids when she was wanting to have more kids. Now we hear Ace crying about Candy not being around and Candy telling us that Ace says she works too much. And we know that that's been a complaint that comes from Todd. So, even when Marlo was saying what she said, even though I was like, ooh, girl, it's kind of messed up because you're throwing something that's probably a very sensitive situation for Candy, you're throwing it in her face, right? It's not like when she sat down with Kenya and she was crying to Kenya and Manetta, Kenya wasn't like, oh, well, girl, blah, blah, blah. She was like, girl, you're going to have to just make time for your husband, and then you leave it alone. So Candy is going to have to find out a way to, make time for her husband. I still stand on what I said last week, though. I don't know what the deal is. Like, I don't know if Todd wants her to cut back on what she has going on so that he can help her, which to me, that's still not going to free up her plate. It's just going to free up her plate to help you. Then someone could argue, too, I think one of you said this, that could be a way for them to spend more time together. Even though they are working, right? That's still a time that they could spend together, which is true. Girl, I'm about to go ahead and shake the table just a little bit. Candy probably don't give a damn about helping Todd because the truth of the matter is Candy probably already thinking in her head, nigga, I'm the one who changed your life. I was already over here being able to take care of every mother in the building. Remember Candy said that back in reunion season, I can't remember the season. Season 5, 4, 7, I can't remember. Nah, what? Yeah, I think it was around the time that she started probably talking to Todd. Was it season 7? Kim was still on the show. I can't remember. I don't know. I can't remember. But Candy has already been in a position where she could take care of every in the building, right? While I do believe that Todd is an asset to Candy, I also believe Candy probably thinks, nigga, I done already gave you the money to make your dreams come true. Girl, what else do you want me to do? Todd said out of his own mouth, this is the most money I've ever made off restaurants. Which means, like I always be trying to tell y'all, which means that, girl, Todd did not make Candy Burris a millionaire. Candy made Todd Burris. Let me talk on the man Todd Burris. Todd did not make Candy Burris a millionaire. Girl, Candy made Todd Burris a millionaire. Don't ever get it twisted. And I also believe this too. Todd is money hungry, just like Candy. Ain't nothing wrong with wanting to get to the money, but that shouldn't be your motivator for everything. Todd literally said, and I remember saying this in my OLG review, Todd just cares about the money. As long as the money is coming in, he don't care about them people sitting down in the dark at OLG. He don't care. Because at the end of the day, as long as I'm making money, then we good. Todd is worried about the money part, right? I want to get the money, get the money, get the money, get the money, get the money. Instead of trying to do something that he is passionate about. He literally said, yeah, basically it's about the money. But if you weren't so concerned about trying to open up this Mexican restaurant that you've been trying to open for the last 3 years, or Ace's Pizza, right? Then maybe you could use that energy in that time to actually do your projects. Candy is doing something that she's passionate about, right? Candy wants to be an EGOT. Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. All I'm saying is, I'm not saying that Todd is a bum. That's not what I'm saying. I do believe that Todd has come into Candy's life and he is an asset. I do believe that. I do believe that, I just believe Todd is an asset to Candy. He ain't no bus driver. Let me shut up. I'm starting to get real messy. That ain't gonna do. Let me shut up. Girl, that didn't have nothing to do with nothing, girl. I take that back. I should take that out the video. Girl, I'm just joking. But he not no bus driver, but I'm just joking. But I'm really not. I be cracking myself up. But yeah, Candy probably look at it like, nigga, I'm already funding your projects. Girl, I done made you $2 million, girl. Like, girl, go and get somebody else to help you. Candy not gonna stop doing what she's doing until Candy accomplishes what she accomplishes. Do I believe that Candy should cut back on some stuff like Candy Girl? Why ever? Like in real life, those spoofs I know that takes a few hours out of Candy's day. It has to. So that's what I mean by Candy should cut back. Girl, you don't have to make no spoofs. Girl, let the shit go. Like, Candy, you already got Candy. Speak on it. Girl, do you really need Candy Coated Nights too? You see what I'm saying? So I feel like, yes, again, Todd and the kids are right? She should cut back on something. I think she should cut out Candy Coated Nights. You already got Candy Speak on it? And cut them spoofs out too. Them spoofs ain't gonna get you no Oscar. They ain't gonna get you no Grammy. They ain't gonna get you no Tony. They ain't gonna get you no Emmy. Right? Anyways, I'm done talking about Candy and Todd. Oh, girl, when the man, when that producer came around the corner, they were doing they're adding some new things to the menu at Blaze, and Melvin walked in. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I did not think about no elephant in the room. Also, for y'all, I know some of y'all don't watch the show. So, Melvin, which is Candy's cousin, I think she raised him like a son. Melvin is so cute. When I say Melvin is cute, girl, when I tell you Melvin, ooh, girl, Melvin is a cutie too. Hey, I said, ooh, look at Melvin's face. But Melvin is Candy's cousin. He got shot, long story short, by one of the employees at the restaurant. He came to work drunk. I guess Melvin must have called him out. I don't know, child. They didn't really go into details. Came to work drunk. Him and Melvin got into it. They went outside. He shot Melvin. So when Melvin walked into the restaurant, I'm talking about this week's episode. When Melvin walked into the restaurant, his arm was in a sling. So the producer walked around and said, "Can I ask y'all a question?" Candy said, "What?" Girl, I ain't gonna lie, I did holler when she said, "What?" And then Candy said, "What is it, cuz?" I think they already knew he was on some bullshit. See, this is why I low-key went up for the producer. I said, "Come on, white man, you messy ass." He said, "Oh, we're gonna talk about the elephant in the room." Girl, what elephant in what room? Ain't no elephant in no room. Girl, we fine. I don't think it needed to be discussed, because I don't think, well, I'll just say for me, when Melvin walked into the restaurant, I didn't think about his arm being in a sling, and I didn't think about the shooting. I didn't think about none of that. It's just that, oh, there go Melvin from Old Lady Gang, Candy in the Gang, whatever the show was called. Like, I didn't think of that. So I don't really think that it was something that needed to be addressed. I could see if they were having conversations about his arm, like, how's your arm doing? Is the other guy in jail? Blah, blah, blah. And they showed those parts, and then we're all like, why are they asking about his arm? And why are they talking about another guy in jail? But it sounded like to me they hadn't even had a conversation about it. So we didn't really need to know why Melvin's arm was in a sling. If that makes sense what I'm saying. Anyways, I still thought it was kind of funny how he did it. So y'all not gonna talk about it? We can't talk about it because it's legal. So, but at the end of the day, they really end up still talking about it. Now they didn't go into details, but they still kind of talked about it, which is what the producer wanted. So shout out to that white messy producer. I know that's right, girl. Biscuits. You don't know if you're gonna get biscuits or bullets. You don't know if you're gonna get biscuits or bullets. Oh, Kenya meets up with the new girl, Akila. The only thing I remember her saying that kind of stuck out to me was, I know Sheree not still digmatized at her big ass age. I said, girl. Sheree is 50-something years old. She by Sheree, she go to the warehouse. She, I guess, is bothered that the clothes look wrinkled. I say, well, she by Sheree, you put the clothes on your fucking website wrinkled. Y'all remember when Sheree had a web? I don't know if she still got it. I don't know, child. I hope she do. But you remember when Sheree was showing the models, and girl, the clothes were wrinkled? I said, look at them wrinkled ass shirts. We call them wrinkled. Come on, wrinkled. That's country. We don't say wrinkled. We say wrinkled. Okay? Look at them wrinkled ass shirts she done put up on that goddamn website. She is a fool! Did y'all buy a shirt? I didn't put my. I would. Y'all know. For the people who don't know, girl, I used to like low key go up for Sheree. I did. I can't go up for Sheree no more because Sheree, girl. Listen. Kenya and Sheree have a conversation. I'm not defending Martel Holt. I'll defend Dr. Eugene. I'll defend Dr. Francis. It's sad that I ain't got a long list. Who else will we defend? I might even defend Cecil for Married to Medicine. I'm not defending no Martel Holt. It just ain't gonna happen. Martel Holt is complete trash. And that is the truth. Martel Holt is a mess. And I'm basing my opinion off of how he treated his ex-wife and even how he treated his girlfriend, his baby mama, Miss Ariane, even though, girl, she a fool too. I don't like that Sheree tried to pull the, oh, you can't be walking around here calling black men and black women aggressive. Do I think that we should try and change the language? I do. But if we're going to be honest, and I'm going to say something that I probably should say on the World Wide Web, girl, sometimes in some cases, girl, it is what it is. I think Martel is aggressive. I think Martel is abusive. Matter of fact, let me just read y'all what I put on the World Wide Web. This is what I said on Twitter. Well, I actually said this on social media. On Instagram. Y'all be too dick hungry for me. Martel is definitely aggressive and abusive and trifling and tired and through. And Ross was aggressive when he stood up and cursed at Sheree and Kenya. Matt was aggressive and Apollo too. I want to believe y'all have never seen Love and Marriage Huntsville and don't know who Martel is, but I also know some of you will protect a piece of dick no matter what. You know, I don't know if I said this earlier. My stomach, y'all heard my stomach growling? I'm about to eat some baked chicken and some vegetables, girl. I don't know if y'all know. Okay, I don't know if I said this earlier. My brother-in-law and my sister were over here. We were drinking. Me and my sister was talking about Tiana Taylor and Chris Brown. And sometimes my brother-in-law really don't be paying us no attention. He just be like watching the game or something. But he was in the conversation that night, and he was like, "Hold up, you said who got cursed out?" And we were like, "Chris cussed out Tiana," and we were just basically saying how we think that it had to be bad for Usher to step in. And just like my brother-in-law said, I wish somebody would cuss your sister out. Like, nobody is going for that. That's why I was like, I think a lot of y'all be so quick to try and defend a man when the truth of the matter is nobody's just sitting around letting their girlfriend, wife get cursed out. Ross was aggressive last year. I'm not saying Ross is an aggressive person, but in that moment, he definitely was. We just saw Martel hollering and screaming at Melody's mama in a 5x7 last week on Love and Marriage Huntsville. What are y'all talking about? Martel doing all this? Look. You walking up. Kenya didn't call Martel over there. Sheree called Martel over there. I think Martel is going to have to realize that these women don't care about tongue tussling with no man. I think Martel needs to realize it's not Love and Marriage Huntsville where the women are, not going to say anything to him. You said something to them, they're going to say something back. The women on this show, they don't mind calling you a bitch to your face either. Go ask Lanithia. Go ask Cynthia. Go ask Peter. I don't care. I don't care. I thought it was whack for Sheree to try to pull the black man, black woman card because, girl, look who you trying to use the card for. It's okay to pull the card sometimes, especially when it needs to be pulled, but in this situation, absolutely not. Martel is a hot-ass mess. Martel been abusive and aggressive. And it's sad because you would think that someone who has been through so much stuff as Sheree, right? And I'll say this too. Let me say this too. To be fair, is it a possibility, because I thought about this, is it a possibility that Kenya could be triggered from past relationships? Kenya was in an abusive relationship before too, before Mark, okay? But I think she was in a physically abusive relationship with a man. I think she got stabbed. So could it be that when Kenya sees certain things, she's automatically triggered, right? Yes. But I also know that with Sheree dealing with certain men in her life, that girl at her big ass age, why does someone have to tell you, Sheree, that girl, these are the things that you should be looking out for when dealing with a man? You are just now introducing your friends to this man, and he low-key was co-signing everything that they said. However, he still found a way to get upset and pissed off and want to start cursing and look at this. You ain't doing nothing but just confirming what they said. Every time I come to Atlanta, I'm always with you. So the other got the short end of the stick, which again proves that you were indeed entertaining other women. Then you also say, I don't care if I was trying to F you 2 years ago. Why are you talking about it? Which then also proves that you were trying to do more than just thank Kenya for, I guess, honoring your name or whatever she said. But you still find a way to get upset and pissed off as if it's not the truth. And then you want to hoop and holler and curse. And then when Kenya curses you back, now all of a sudden it's, Kenya wrong for disrespecting Martel. Baby, we watching the same show? Anyways, I'm done. I don't even care. Girl, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.